Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tanatastic Talks. I'm back. And I have a special series basically coming to this channel over the next few weeks. So make sure that you keep your notification bell on for when I upload, because this is something I think very interesting in my life that's going to be happening over the next number of weeks, and so I want to bring you in on that. Okay. Today, I wanted to talk about hope. If you hear any noise, that's not me talking. It's the people downstairs. They're having a really lovely time fighting. And I hope everyone gets their point across so that they can live in harmony. So, anyways, okay. So, hope. I figured we'd talk about this today because I feel like oftentimes when we're going through difficult things, when we're going through whether it's a chronic illness or just a situation, whatever it is, whatever's on our minds, sometimes hope ends up eluding us and feeling like so far away from where we actually are. And so I thought that we would kind of just dive in to this thing and just kind of unpack what that means and how we can just better maybe incorporate it into our lives as best we can in the circumstances we're in, etc. Like there's kind of like a debate between like hope and optimism. And I read this interesting article that I will link down below in the description box. And it's kind of comparing the two, how yes, it's important to be optimistic about your future. The difference though between optimism and hope is that hope has agency and action attached to it, versus optimism is more thinking kind of like out of luck, so to speak, that something good will happen, whereas hope is kind of more of a belief that as you do something to improve yourself or whatever the case is, that change will happen, and whatever goal you have in mind, that will end up coming to be. The article basically goes through different studies that have examined trauma victims, PTSD victims, stuff like that, and where if hope wasn't present, it was very difficult for the person and the couple unit to survive. And if there was hope attached to it, then that would often encourage one partner to keep pressing on and to keep hope alive in their life and in their partnership together as a couple. The conclusion of this article is basically it's obviously good to be optimistic in just a general way about things. But here I'm quoting, when the chips are down and when we need a powerful shot of motivation to help us find new ways to reach our goal and push us forward towards its achievement, there is no substitute for hope. And so for us that are suffering and that feel like, well, where is the end to all of this suffering that I'm experiencing? Or where is hope gonna come from, basically? I think it has to start within us, and I know that oftentimes we're in places where there's nothing around us that would kind of engender that within us, but I think we have to dig deep, and I always say this, I know, but it's just stuff that I've learned like throughout the last 2.5 years of going through the craziest 2.5 years of my life with the difficulties I've had to overcome and move through, and that I'm still moving through. I know it's not easy. I know it's not fair. I know that sometimes it seems like it's unending, but I think we have the choice to ultimately believe that good things will happen to us, that there is a plan that's forming that we can't see yet. And that's one of the things that has gotten me through this time, and what I'm dealing with now is that something to me in my mind is being set up for me that I can't see yet, And that is kind of what is pulling me forward throughout this time in my life where kind of everything's kind of been upside down and topsy-turvy and that whole type of thing. And so I just wanted to basically make this short video in it to encourage you wherever you're at, just to keep going. And it's my hope that you can hope for yourself. Good things will happen to you, that you have goals in mind that you can try to hit, that you can end up realizing those goals, that you don't have to be trapped or feel like no good is going to come from anything in your life because of the situation you're in. And hope is just important for us all to have. I think as we take steps to build that confidence within ourselves, to further that and build upon that and build upon our successes. And even though we may have setbacks, we still have to look at what is going right and what we did accomplish during the day, etc. Just kind of like rejoice about those things instead of only looking at what we couldn't do or what we wish we could be doing, because sometimes that just kind of ends up having a spiral down, and that's not what we want on a daily basis, right? Right. Okay. I'll see you next week.